All right. So, hi guys, welcome to the Karen Chain Show. So today we have a very special guest. He is one of my connections on LinkedIn. So let's welcome Julien Marchand. So, hi Julien.
Hey Karen, how you
Welcome.
doing?
I'm doing good. Welcome to the show. It's so nice to see you, and thank you for taking your time to be with me today.
It's all
Yeah.
right. It's
Okay.
we're taping this on a Friday afternoon, so it's all good.
Yeah, okay. So Julian is a startup coach and an entrepreneur. So Julian, can you tell us more about you and also your business?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an assistant professor in entrepreneurship, and I'm also a startup coach, as you said, in my own business, right? So overall, I help students, or I help specifically dad who wants to start and launch a business to do
Mm,
so by doing it in harmony with their family. So I've seen so many entrepreneurs burn themselves through,
mm,
all that you have to do as an entrepreneur, like because you're in charge of everything, and then forget about themselves, forget about
mm.
their kids and their spouse, and just burn out. Um,
Oh,
so this is what I do. I really help them focus on who they are, being with their family, and then thriving into their business.
wow, okay. That's cool. That's awesome. All right. So today we're gonna talk about how hiring and training a virtual assistant can help you leverage your business, especially for the business owners out there. So first step, first step. So we're gonna start with the hiring process. So
Hmm.
Julian, what are your onboarding process that you did in hiring your virtual assistant since you have
So
since you've
so
okay.
once I've hired my, so you mean onboarding? Once I've hired my assistant, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I take my virtual assistant through a 2 weeks trial, which is basically the training that I give them
Mm.
for 2 weeks, right? And so these 2 weeks allow me to see if I can work with that person, and to allow that person to see if they can work with me as well. And
Mm.
so it's a moment where they get access to my training platform. I developed my own training platform, which is basically videos of me doing all the tasks that they're doing,
Mm.
because they are doing tasks that I'm doing myself, or I was doing before. And so everything is in there. So this way they can review. I don't need to show them what to do. I've already all the videos to do that, with all um, how long it takes me to do it, how many they need to do, all of this. And that takes 2 weeks. I don't share all the tasks in one go. I said for 3 days they do this task, then 3 days they learn this task, then this task. And what I
Mm.
want them to do is to make as many mistakes as possible, basically, right?
Mm.
So this way they're free to do all they to try everything, and then I
Mm.
tell them it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's training.
Mm.
But then once training is over, then that's when they are responsible for the task. Like, I don't check anymore, I don't
Oh.
review their work anymore. It goes live, and
Mm.
then when it's live and something is wrong, well, then it's an opportunity for learning.
Oh, true, true. That's nice. So what are the required skill sets that you require and also the qualities that you require in hiring your VA?
Yeah, so for me it's really having a great English level,
Oh.
especially because what I
Mm.
do, like the way that I reach out, the way I generate leads for my
Mm.
business is doing videos on LinkedIn, right? And then
Mm-mm.
repurposing on other platforms, but
Yeah,
mainly on
content.
LinkedIn. So it's start with caption, like being able
Mm.
to do caption. And it's tough because I've got a French accent, so it needs to be someone who understands my French accent.
Oh yeah. That's actually one of the struggles when like, the accent is oh, okay.
That's
Mm.
right. That's right. It's all about the accent. So that's
Yeah.
why when I select my VA, I get them to do an exercise, which is to do a caption of one of my 1 minute video, like
Mm.
a regular video, because most of the time I do videos from the beach, right?
Mm-mm.
I'm on the beach. I
Too.
can hear the water in the background, which just
Mm.
makes it even harder to do.
Yeah.
So I select the ones who I can see are understand my accent and write a really good English.
Mm.
And then the second thing is attention to details, because
Mm.
it's my business, so I know how things are done. But for
Mm.
VA, it's not my VA's business. So it's like, oh,
Mm.
you can see that after 3 weeks, sometimes the quality goes down because I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this, and um, I don't expect perfection from a VA, but I expect
Mm.
to that attention to detail at a certain level. And as the third
Mm.
thing that I really need is the willingness to learn. Like I'm an
Yes.
I'm a
True.
professor, right? So I'm an educator, so I'll be teaching. But
Mm.
if I tell you the same thing 3 times, then you're not learning.
Mm.
And especially because I've
True.
got all the videos recorded of what to do.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so three things. Yeah.
Three
Good.
things.
Good communication skills. Must have attention to details, and what's the
Yes.
last one?
Willingness to learn.
Willingness to learn. Okay. So
Yeah.
take note of that, all the VAs out there.
Yes.
Okay. See. So what are the tasks that you let your VA do
All
as of
right. What I'll do, how about I share my, can I share my screen with you?
now? Sure.
I'll show you my training platform so you'll see all
Mm.
my tasks. Do you just want to make me co-host so I can share the screen?
Mm-hmm.
So can you make me co-host?
Uh,
You have to click on participants, then click on my
oh
name,
yeah. Okay.
click on more,
More and then yeah,
make
make
co-host.
house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
It's working.
Yeah. Mm.
So here we are. So this is the platform that I developed for my own clients who wants to use LinkedIn as a way to raise awareness, to do their videos. So
Mm.
basically, it's all to train my clients. I actually train my VAs. So here's the tasks that they do. They do video editing,
Mm.
so and posting,
Okay.
managing relationship in direct messages,
Mm-hmm.
assessing progress. So if I click
Mm.
in editing, editing is the thing that you will expect, which is adding a caption.
Mm.
What else? Um,
Oh, that's
also doing
very
transcribing
nice.
transcribing
Mm.
podcasts as well. Those are just details. Applying templates because I've got specific templates for my videos,
Mm.
like banners and all that. So they just need to
Mm.
apply templates.
Yeah.
Uh, designing posters in Canva,
Ah. Okay.
doing carousels for
Carousel.
like all those
Mm.
special things. So this is the editing part.
Mm.
Then they do the posting. So, and as part of the posting, they do the post copy.
Mm.
They do the initial version, like I finished the post copy, but here is an explanation how to do it.
Mm.
It's basically using the caption of the video, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
True.
they
Mm.
do 80% of the job for me. So when I come in, I just do the final 20%. So it
Mm.
saves me time.
Really
And
saves
then
time. Yeah.
yes, it's all about saving time, right?
Mm.
And then they do the upload to the post to LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is because LinkedIn that does not allow you to do scheduling of
Mm.
videos, right? So this is
Yeah.
why we really need VAs. Like in Instagram and everything, you can just have your scheduler, right? But
Mm.
LinkedIn, no, you
Yeah.
need to you need to post live.
Yeah. True.
So in relationship building, it's really the key. The first activity is to connect with people. So to invite people. So people who engage with my content, who engage
Mm.
with me on someone else's post, people who've been looking at my profile, right?
Mm.
And then it's to manage the first level of communication with my connections. So they
Mm.
send my introduction,
Mm.
right? And then now I've got a good one. I've got a good VA at the moment, Ajibola, and now he's is skilled enough to identify my high-level customer segments and send them
Mm.
opt-in, like value items. But
Mm.
I'm still in charge of my core customers. So when he send my introduction, he's identify them as my core customers. So my core customers will be dads who
Mm.
are currently running a business. Those ones, I'm the one who managed the conversation with them. But it saved me
Mm.
time. I've got about I've got 200 to 300 new connections a week, right? And
Oh,
so
awesome.
that's thing that I cannot deal with.
Yeah, it's a lot. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we have we have software out there that manages DMs automatically, but
Mm.
you don't it's just too automatic. It's for my business, which is a coaching business, which is a very personal business. I
Mm.
cannot stand automatic messages. It doesn't build
Yeah,
a
it's not.
trust. It's not
Mm.
authentic. Whereas with a VA, you can still have an authentic message, but at
Mm.
scale, right?
Yeah.
And so that's it for relationship. Then I do assessing progress.
Progress.
So assessing
Mm.
progress is really what has been the success of the post. Like how many likes, how many views,
Mm.
which one should we repurpose to Instagram,
Nice.
and to TikTok and to Twitter, right?
Oh.
Um, Like the repurpose is easier, right? You've
Mm.
got a schedule, you've got a scheduler, but here we
Yeah.
pick the best one from LinkedIn.
Mm.
Then it's looking at how many connection requests have been sent,
Mm.
and tracking how many potential leads have been qualified
Mm.
as high-level customers or customer targets.
Mm. So it's
Basically.
just like an analytics, right?
Yes, yes,
Mm.
yes, and
Yeah.
it's the analytic is really important because
Mm.
this is how my VA can assess
Mm.
the success of his work,
Mm.
right?
True.
So it's like
Yeah.
for me, it's like, well, I expect you to send 20 connection requests a day, right?
Mm.
That's so then he knows, and then we see that from that we basically get 10%, 10 new connections. And so
Mm.
those 10 connections, how many of them are high-level customers? How many of them are not customers at all? And how many are core customer segments?
Mm.
And so,
Cool.
because the danger of working, I think I'm going to stop sharing
Mm.
my screen now. The danger to start working with a VA is not explaining the VA what is the purpose, what is the reason of the job,
Mm.
right? Like
Yeah.
an example was yesterday for the first time, Ajibola
Mm.
decided to post my LinkedIn posts at 7 p.m.
Mm.
instead of 8:30 p.m. right?
Oh.
And it was his first time doing the post upload because Richard was in charge of that before.
Mm.
It was his first week. And
Mm.
and he goes, oh, that's easier for me because internet is faster at this time of the day. I'm like, I don't care if it's easier for you. And I,
Oh.
and I don't care if it's easier for me. What matters is
Mm.
when is it the most relevant for the potential customer?
Mm.
And my potential customers are in the US.
Mm.
And when you post at 7 p.m. in Australia,
Mm.
uh, it's 5 a.m. in the US. So,
Mm. Yeah.
so there's no
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. What's the point? Yeah. True.
but but you cannot expect. I didn't expect him to get that if he had not watched my training about it and if he hasn't heard me say it once, right?
Mm.
Um, so you don't know. You think you're saving time, but like I said, all that work that you did on that post, like the caption, applying the template, then
Mm.
posting, then adding comments to it because we had comments. It kind of now worth nothing because nobody's going to
Mm.
see the post.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if nobody
Mm.
sees the post, then we're not going to be able to send new connection requests, right? Because
Mm.
the goal of
True.
having content out there is to have people engage with my post, and those are the ones that we're going to
Mm.
invite. So
Yeah.
it just has an impact on the entire lead generation and his work, but he didn't realize that.
Mm. So
Because
really,
you have no, yeah.
mm, getting a
And you're back.
okay. It's still recording. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, still recording. I
Okay.
was by myself. I finished your show, all right?
Yeah, I was like, where am I? Okay, all right. So, okay, we're back. So, how do you manage your VA?
All right. So I manage my VA through two tools, Trello,
Mm,
and then WhatsApp. But
mm,
Trello is really where because I usually have two VAs at the same time. Like I've got a VA to do the video editing, and then I have the VA that does the LinkedIn, right? But
mm,
sometimes they are trained to do each other job
mm.
because what happened before is I had an awesome VA. Sunny, if you're out there, I still miss you.
Oh,
And he
where
was
is he right now?
he's in the Philippines, but
Oh,
he was he was in Manila, and then COVID became too dangerous, and he
mm.
preferred to go in a regional area, like far from the city. But
Oh,
it was
far, far
far
from the
from the
city.
internet as well.
Ah, so it's a
So
province.
yeah, he went to the province, and
Oh,
he had no internet connection, which is really hard to work as a VA if you don't have an internet
oh
connection.
yes, true. It's so hard. Yeah.
So so it was we worked together for 6 months, and we worked very well, and then I lost him, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't have help anymore. So now I always try to have two VAs, so this way if one leaves, then I still have another one
Mm,
that is already trained on my processes. So
mm,
right now I've got one VA, and I'm just hiring this week right now. I'm hiring a second VA just
mm,
as a backup. So
mm,
in Trello, they see all the tasks that they have to do and the deadline, basically.
mm,
And they ask questions on Trello for each specific task. So I
mm,
see exactly what task they're referring to, and they've got templates on Trello as well. It's all there on Trello. And then
mm,
WhatsApp is more like emergency questions right
mm,
now. Like for instance, Ajibula will go, hey, you've got a really good potential customer here. You need to engage now in your DMs, for instance. That'll be an example.
mm. Okay. So, what are your experiences about training and leveraging VA for your business?
So VAs are really important to leverage your
Mm,
business because you want to be focusing on your zone of genius and on a thing that add a lot of value to your business. But all those little tasks, they need to happen because otherwise you're not going to have lead generation.
mm,
So you need to train your VA to know your processes and to do the work that you where you like it. So you need to dedicate 2 weeks of your time. And so it's a
mm,
huge investment. Like spending
mm,
2 weeks of my time to train my VA is a lot of my time, right?
mm,
And sometimes I've trained the one that I've trained, for instance, lately, Rachel. I trained her. I gave her a lot of my time, and then we worked for 2 months together. And I realized the second month, she stopped paying attention to details. Like
mm,
stop having a lot of spelling mistakes in the
mm,
caption, not posting the right post,
mm.
like things like that, which
Oh,
is you know it's and I'm like, wow, I trained you, I saw that you were good, but she kind of lost interest or something, like
oh,
something else was happening, and
mm,
it was disappointing. But it's a trade-off between when you start your business, you cannot afford to pay $25 to a VA who is an experienced VA and who's going to deliver top job without training. So
mm,
you go down to $5 or $10 an hour,
mm,
and then you don't know who you're going to get. You have to work with them to figure out if they're going to be good or not.
mm. So which would you prefer, the one who are most experienced or the one who who is not experienced at all? Which one do you prefer?
So my problem with the experienced one is I cannot afford them.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, this experience, yeah.
so so for me, like, if you want I was working in my company, I was working with VAs who were
Mm,
doing social media management, and we were paying them $25 an hour, and they
mm,
were working on their own, and it was great, and they were working 10 or 15 hours for us. But I can't afford to pay $250 just
mm.
for social media management, right? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, I know.
it's like
It's
just
why
too
it's
much.
quite
So
big. Yeah, it's too much. Yeah.
so I just cannot afford it. So I need to develop the business to a point where I can afford someone more expensive. Or what was happening with Sony, I really trained him up, and I was paying him more and more and more because he was getting better and better and better. And
Mm,
because I was spending time on training, that was my justification for paying him, $5 an hour, because I was training him to become a social media manager, and he wasn't one
mm.
before.
Okay. So, how do you handle or resolve a problem when a VA commits mistakes? How do you
Okay.
handle it?
So the first 2 weeks, I'm happy. Like, I want them to make mistakes,
Mm,
because it's the only way to learn.
mm,
Um, and then after that, if they make a mistake, then I teach them the reason why it's a mistake. So I took the example of Ajibola, who posted at 7 p.m. instead of 8:30 p.m.
mm,
So at 5 a.m. in the morning in the US instead of 6:30 in the morning. So I explained that to him. Uh, but if he does the same mistake 3 times in a row, that shows me that there's no willingness to
oh,
learn, right? So
mm,
if there is no, so that's what happened with Rachel. When she did 3 times the same mistake, I'm like, okay, that means you're not going to improve. So then we stop the contract
mm,
at that stage.
yeah,
So
okay.
that's how I handle it.
Okay. So, how do you, I mean, do you manage or micromanage your assistant?
That's a good question. Um,
Yeah.
it's that's why I manage by analytics now, which
Mm,
is how many posts, how many invitations sent, how many videos sent, um, and how many leads qualified, right?
mm,
The problem with when you train your VA and you give them 2 weeks training is they get used to you checking their job each time.
mm,
So I do it for the first 2 weeks,
mm.
but then after that, I'm like, I'm not checking your job anymore, because when I check your job, it's like I'm doing your job, and,
Yeah.
and I'm not, I'm
So,
not, I'm not saving time.
yeah.
So you don't want to micromanage. You want to have clear KPIs, clear outcome. And so for social media, as you know, is like
Mm,
there's one post posted every day. Everyone is invited, and everyone in DMs is being responded to, right? So those are the
mm,
clear
mm,
KPIs, and that's how it works. You need to let go all the small mistakes. Like, if there's a little bit of spelling mistakes in the caption, well, that's it. It doesn't matter.
mm.
Um, but I think what really annoyed me with Rachel is she got the name of my kids wrong 3 times in a row. And
Oh.
I'm a coach for dads. Like, for parents. So kids are really important. So
Mm.
if the name of my kids is not right, it's
Oh,
like,
still. Oh no.
so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you don't want to micromanage, but you want to have the right KPIs. You want to have a special metrics, because remember, I mean, like, we're not in the same
Mm,
room. Like, it's virtual. It's at a
mm,
distance, right? I think. Oh, one thing that I forgot to say is, we have um, a 45 minutes catch up on Zoom every week, right?
mm,
On top of Trello, and on top of WhatsApp, because we need to solve issues
mm,
in that manner. So that's another hour of me paying them, but
mm,
it's required. I don't think you can do it without that.
mm. Okay, that's good. That's good. So it
Mm.
will not happen the same mistakes again. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Yep.
Well, that's what I hope.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how important it is to have a trained VA for your business?
Well, super important. Like that's why I train them,
Yeah.
because the thing is, social media platforms are changing all the time,
Mm,
right?
true.
Like for instance, the reason why it was a problem with Ajibola posting at 5 a.m. in the morning is
Mm,
because right now, LinkedIn right now, um, they test your engagement in the first hour of your post.
mm,
So you post on LinkedIn, and then the first hour, LinkedIn check how many people likes and comments, and then
mm,
if it's a lot of posts and comments, then LinkedIn's going to share it with a lot of people,
mm,
right? So if it's successful in the first hour, it's going to be even more successful, right?
true. Yeah.
That rule might change
Mm,
next month, right? And then
yeah.
that's why the VA has to be trained and understand all this. And I think the only way to have it is if you train that person yourself.
Mm, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So any advice to entrepreneurs or business owners out there that why they should consider hiring a VA?
Why you should consider hiring a
Mm,
VA? Because your time should be spent with your customers,
mm,
right? I mean, personally, as a coach, my time is like yesterday. I spent 4 hours in coaching sessions, right?
mm,
That means spending time helping a dad launch a business, so going through their business model and having key actions to do, like one key actions to do in 2 weeks time, and that requires me to be super present in that meeting for an hour with that person, and then I prep that meeting before for 15 minutes, and then they're going to be a debrief with myself for another half an hour. So it's those four
mm,
meetings, 4 hours. That's already 8 hours of my time in total with
mm,
with the preparation, and I cannot do anything else because I'm exhausted, right?
mm,
I'm just tired. But posting still needs to happen. Lead generation still needs to happen while I'm developing my business, while I'm delivering the business. And
mm,
so there's no way I can hire a staff here in Australia because it's just too expensive at this stage. So the virtual assistant is the only way to make you generate more more revenue by delivering your to your current customers and making
mm,
sure your lead generation happening.
mm,
But
true.
my advice to all entrepreneurs is you need, before you hire the VA,
Mm,
you need to do the processes yourself,
mm,
right? And you need to put in place those processes to streamline them and then automate them as much as possible. So when you streamline them, I'll take an example. Here is how I'm editing a video.
mm,
I do the transcript, then I do these templates in Capwing, and this is how I do it. And then I use Capwing. I download the video from Capwing and I post it directly to LinkedIn. All right,
mm,
I've learned the the quickest way to do it. So once I've got that, then I can document this and I can give this to a VA. But if
mm.
I hire a VA and say, "Hey, do the video," the VA is going to go, "Well, where do I start?" So that's
Yeah.
why you need to have done your processes yourself first. You need to have streamline them, automate them, and then you can outsource them to a VA.
Mm. Awesome. So take note, all the entrepreneurs and business owners out there. That is really true. So yeah, Julian, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your experience about having a VA. So to all the business owners and also the entrepreneurs out there, if you are interested in adding a VA and training the VA for your online presence, you can reach out to Julian on his social media links below because he has a training program just for you. So please
Yes,
reach
yes.
out to him, reach out to him. So thank you so much, Julian, for the time. I really enjoyed our talk today, and I also learned a
No
lot from
worries.
you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And also it was nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.